see if we can do this one-handed little carbon repair work here. And just might not be the right way to do it always, but it works. Basically just making sure we got enough resin on the repair work. Now we left quite a bit extra, so the reason we're doing this is when we cut the hood, we actually I was the one who did it, followed the wrong line, and when we cut it just a little short, so you got a pretty big gap. And I'm not saying that it's a terrible gap, just not a gap that we were happy with. And so when you only need to add like a 1/4 inch, it's really hard just to add a 1/4 inch of carbon, sand it, and make it clean. So what we're doing here is on the back side, I ended up putting a piece of aluminum on top. We carboned the back, went over under the actual hood a little ways, got us a good base with a piece of aluminum here. We popped the aluminum off, sanded the carbon to get rid of the some of the resin and give us a nice piece to for the new piece of carbon to stick to. So we've got our new piece of carbon here, and this is just dry, and you can see I'm overlaying it onto the hood, and that will allow it to adhere. Now everyone's going to tell me, well, that's going to leave too much of a bump and the body shop's going to have to work it out. You're right, the body shop's going to have to work a little bit of it out. But on the other hand, what I'll do after it goes off, we'll sand it, and the body shop really won't have to do a whole lot of work. Sorry for the awful video, trying to do this with one hand. But you know, this isn't the easiest thing to do when you're trying just to add a little bit, and this is definitely overkill. And I know a lot of you guys, well, that's a lot of overkill, a lot of waste of carbon. But when I have a bunch of little scraps from other jobs, like we did a repair on this hood over here, you know, and then I got another repair on the actual body here that just had a crack from shipping, you know, so we had a lot of scraps, and then when we bonded the titanium into the body, definitely ended up with some scraps. So not really wasting any carbon, just trying to make sure everything is perfect. You know, that's one thing customers with race cars come to you because you try to treat their car like it's your own. And if I'm not happy with it, then that just says something all the way around. And most likely the customer won't be happy with it. So you want to make sure that you're happy with it, make sure the customer's happy with it, and makes it a lot nicer all the way around. Like I said, it's almost 9:30 at night, and the reason I'm in here late, I actually did the carbon work on the other side earlier today, and we let it go off, and meaning go off, it got just the resin set up, got hard. Probably not a full 24-hour, definitely not a full 24-hour cure, but enough where I could pop the aluminum piece off and get this going. And like I said, it's a Saturday night, 9 o'clock. This will go off tomorrow all day Sunday. I'll leave the heat on in the shop so it doesn't get bone-chilling cold in here, and that will help it go off. And all we're doing when we dab it here, you try to get all the resin into the carbon. You know, they make rollers, they make a lot of different things, and you always get one person on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram that'll say, oh, that's the wrong way to do it. But you know, there's a bunch of ways to skin a cat. So that is kind of a quick carbon repair. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message. I'll be glad to answer whatever I can. We don't do a lot of carbon work here. If you ask me to make a whole hood out of carbon, that's something I'll send to a good friend of mine up in Indy. Let him handle all that. But we will do carbon repair and things like that here. Mounting funny car bodies and carbon bodies and all of that we do here. So just a fun little project. But hope you guys have a great evening, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.